Hello again, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool fans, this is one of those transfer stories that really hurts. For months, Mark Guehi has been seen as one of Liverpool's top long-term defensive targets. A calm leader, Premier League proven, and still only 25 years old, many supporters believed he was the perfect fit for the next phase at Anfield. But now, it looks like Liverpool's long chase could be coming to a painful end. Reports suggest that Manchester City are now very confident they have won the race for the Crystal Palace captain. According to claims coming from England, City believe a £30 million deal for Guehi is practically done. If true, this would be a massive blow for Liverpool, who were extremely close to signing him just last summer. Back then, Liverpool had done much of the work. Talks were advanced, and everything seemed to be lining up nicely. But Crystal Palace suddenly pulled the plug on deadline day, refusing to sell. That single decision may have changed everything. It gave Pep Guardiola and Manchester City the opening they needed, and they have moved fast. City are said to have offered Palace a fee that is simply too good to turn down, especially considering Guehi's contract situation. His deal runs out in June, meaning Palace risk losing their captain for free if they don't sell now. From Palace's point of view, £30 million in January is far better than nothing in the summer. From Guehi's side, the story is also clear. The defender is reportedly very interested in working under Pep Guardiola. City's style, their constant challenge for trophies, and Guardiola's reputation for improving defenders all make the move very attractive. With injuries recently affecting Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Dias, City are eager to strengthen at the back, and Guehi fits the profile perfectly. What makes this even harder for Liverpool fans to accept is that Guehi would have been available on a free transfer in the summer. Liverpool, along with other European giants like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Inter Milan, were ready to wait and make their move then. But City appear determined not to take that risk and instead close the deal now. Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has tried to stay calm and neutral amid all the noise. When asked repeatedly about Guehi's future, he insisted he genuinely does not know what will happen. He explained that if he had any concrete information, he would share it, but for now, everything remains uncertain from his point of view. Still, behind the scenes, the signs point strongly toward an exit. For Liverpool, this situation creates a serious dilemma. The club is still short on center-back options, especially when injuries strike. Arne has already been forced to manage with limited choices this season, something Liverpool fans know all too well from the Klopp era. Slot was asked directly about Guehi ahead of the Arsenal match, but he refused to comment on players who belong to other clubs. Instead, he focused on his current squad. He welcomed Joe Gomez's return as a big boost and admitted that no manager is ever happy having only two fully fit center-backs. However, he also reminded fans that Liverpool must work within financial limits and continue making smart decisions in the transfer market. He pointed out that Liverpool have always found ways to cope, even in difficult situations. In the past, midfielders were used in defense, and players like Nat Phillips stepped up when needed. According to Slot, this has been the Liverpool way for years, adapting, trusting the squad, and planning carefully rather than spending wildly. Still, there is no denying that missing out on Mark Guehi would hurt. He was young, experienced, a leader, and perfectly suited to the Premier League. Losing him to Manchester City, one of Liverpool's biggest rivals, only makes it sting more. If the deal truly goes through, Liverpool will be forced to look elsewhere for defensive reinforcements. The club remains determined to strengthen over the next couple of transfer windows, but this setback highlights just how competitive and ruthless the modern transfer market has become. For now, all eyes are on the coming days. Will City get the deal over the line? Is there a last-minute twist? Or will Liverpool once again watch a key target slip away? One thing is certain, this saga is another reminder that in football, timing is everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello again, Reds. Welcome back. Liverpool's hunt for a new center-back has taken another dramatic twist, and this time, the news could work perfectly in Arne Slot's favor. With defensive contracts running down, rivals circling key targets, and one major European giant stepping out of the race, the Reds may finally have a clear path to securing a long-term solution at the back. Let's set the scene. Liverpool have been planning ahead for 2026, knowing that changes in defense are unavoidable. Ibrahima Konaté's contract is ticking down, and uncertainty continues to surround the long-term future of several key defenders. That's why the club moved aggressively in the past for Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi, a deal that almost happened, but painfully collapsed at the final moment. Back in September, Liverpool thought they had done enough. A £35 million fee had been agreed with Palace. Guehi was open to the move, and everything looked set. Then, at the very last second, Crystal Palace pulled the plug. No replacement lined up, no time left on the clock, and Liverpool were left frustrated. It was one of those deadline day moments that still stings. Since then, Guehi has only grown in reputation. Week after week, he's been one of Palace's most consistent performers, showing leadership, composure, and defensive intelligence. Naturally, that has attracted attention, and now Manchester City are reportedly considering a January move due to their own defensive injury crisis. That development alone forces Liverpool to think smarter and look elsewhere. And this is where things get very interesting. Borussia Dortmund defender Nico Schlotterbeck has quietly emerged as a serious alternative, and possibly an even better long-term fit. At 26 years old, left-footed, calm on the ball, and experienced at the highest level in both the Bundesliga and Champions League, Schlotterbeck ticks a lot of boxes for what Arne Slot wants in his defensive system. Schlotterbeck's situation at Dortmund is far from settled. He has entered the final 18 months of his contract, and while talks over an extension have been ongoing, no agreement has been reached. Dortmund know they are running out of time. If they fail to secure a renewal, they risk losing him for a reduced fee, or worse, for nothing later on. For months, Bayern Munich were seen as one of the biggest threats to Liverpool in this race. The German champions had Schlotterbeck firmly on their radar, especially with uncertainty surrounding Dayot Upamecano's future. Many believe that if Upamecano rejected a new deal, Bayern would immediately move for Schlotterbeck. But that threat has now faded. According to reports from Germany, Bayern Munich have agreed a contract extension with Upamecano. The French defender is set to sign a new deal, with only final details left to be confirmed. Once that happens, Bayern's need for a center-back disappears, and with it, their interest in Schlotterbeck. That is a massive boost for Liverpool. With Bayern stepping aside, the competition becomes far less intense. Yes, clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid have been loosely linked, but neither is actively pushing hard at this stage. That leaves Liverpool in a very strong position, especially if they move early and decisively. Dortmund, for their part, are trying everything to keep their man. Club legend and sporting director Lars Ricken has publicly admitted that talks are ongoing and described the relationship between player and club as strong. He even pointed to Schlotterbeck's emotional reactions on the pitch as proof of his commitment. Still, emotion alone doesn't sign contracts, and big clubs are watching closely. From Liverpool's perspective, Schlotterbeck offers something slightly different from Guehi. He's taller, naturally left-sided, and extremely comfortable playing out from the back. In Arne Slot's system, where building from defense is crucial, that quality is priceless. Pairing him with Liverpool's existing defenders could create balance, depth, and tactical flexibility for years to come. So the big question remains, should Liverpool go all in for Nico Schlotterbeck? With Guehi now attracting serious interest from Manchester City, Bayern Munich no longer in the picture, and Dortmund under pressure to make a decision, the timing feels right. Liverpool have been burned before by waiting too long. This time, the door is open, and it might not stay that way for long. One thing is clear, the next major Liverpool transfer saga is already underway, and the outcome could shape the club's defense for the next decade. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything.